All right, guys, so you're welcome back to Photographics Academy. In this one, we're going to be learning in few simple steps how to retouch images and get high-end results. So we're going to be doing a whole lot in this video. It probably is going to be a long video, but you will learn a lot. Trust me, you will learn a whole lot. And at the end of the day, the color lookup table we are using, you are getting it for free. So stay tight. Let's take the journey. So the first thing we need to do is, of course, remove the blemishes or the blemishes on the face. So to do that, I'm going to go into the action we're going to be using. Going to collapse this, open it up, PG here. So the first thing we need to work with is the clean black and white layer help layer here. So we'll just click on it and it's highlight all the blemishes. So we'll just take our time and start fixing them with our patch tool. All right, so we are done with the blemishes. This is the before. This is the after. So you notice we had a whole lot of blemishes to take care of. And this is the final result. Okay, so after that, the next thing we need to do right now is our frequency separation. So I'm going to be loading my frequency separation action right here. We're keeping it somewhere around 5. Press OK. Open up your groove. Now you can decide to create an empty layer and work with your low frequency copy. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be working with my low frequency just to make sure I maintain every form of details at the end of the day. Or better still, let's work with it. Let's work with low frequency copy. So I'm going to open up my low frequency, my mixer brush tool, and make sure that my sample or layers is turned on. That I'm going to turn off my high frequency. Very important. If you must work with this, you need to turn off your high frequency. Then you will need to reduce your wetness. You can keep your flow exactly where it is. Yeah. And let's quickly get started. So the idea with this one is that it's going to be painting the skin on the empty layer. Let me give you an illustration. So you're going to notice the moment I lift my hand, that is going to appear right inside here. Let me make that even bigger. So I'm going to drag this all the way to the top. To make sure my layer is here. Delete this too. Okay, so see what happens once I make it a large thumbnail. So you are going to notice that this thing I just painted is right inside here. So that's how low frequency copy works. If you are using an empty layer, it's going to allow you paint directly on the skin, thereby allowing you to also be able to use your remove tool your background remove tool to brush off every mistake. Not your background remove tool, please. Your history magic brush. Let me find it and show you. Yeah, where is it? Where is it? Yeah, your history brush over there. Okay, so let's quickly get started. So we'll just paint over the skin like this. So this technique most times takes a whole lot of time to do, but it's one of the most effective ways of doing frequency separation in Photoshop. One of the most powerful ways, but it takes time. So I'm going to try to paint it as fast as I can to just give you the concept of what I'm talking about, while you can continue to take your time and do it on your own. So just paint over this area. The idea is to make sure you smooth, you blend, and you match. Okay. The same thing over here. So you're going to notice one thing, that I'm increasing and reducing the size of my brush depending on where I am painting per time. Very, very important, especially when you are working with this low frequency copy. Just the empty layer. Forget that I call it low frequency copy. So the reason I'm doing that is so that I will make sure I maintain the exact shape of the face, unless there are a few areas I need to remove intentionally. Then I'll know that it's an intentional act, not a mistake. So this will also allow you know exactly when you are done painting. So if you look at the face over here, you will notice that we're almost done with every part of the face, because it is supposed to, at the end of the day, create a very good mask of the whole face. So move over to the skin over here. Quickly fix that area very fast. This shouldn't take much of our time. All right, so turn on our high frequency now to see what we've done so far. Beautiful. So this is the before. Where is it? All right, so this is the before, this is the after, this is the before, this is the after. So you notice now that we still have few blemishes on the face that we can fix. So we can use our clone stamp to pick up our clone stamp to move to our high frequency and just quickly fix those little blemishes on the skin. All right, beautiful. So if you look very closely on the image, you'll notice that even though the image is clean, it's not smooth. It's not smooth. It still have a lot of rough textures and all of that. So how do we fix it? That is what I am going to be showing you in this one, how to fix all of that, all of those places that are not so smooth. So I think we missed few areas in this one. The arm was not properly painted and all of that. So let's just add them up. The fingers and all those parts. Just making sure we have a very clean painting. All right, so we'll turn this back on. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to try to get this smaller. So keep it at medium. So we'll be able to have space for other layers. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to make a duplicate of this particular layer over here and drag it out. So drag one all the way out. Place it here. So you notice that immediately the image starts looking like it's porcelain smooth. So we'll just hide this. This is a very uncommon trick. So that we'll be able to use it and bring back smoothness and bring in smoothness into the image. So if you look now, there are a few areas that we are not able to paint. So we'll just quickly modify the painting and add those areas. You can as well include the lips into this one. So you notice I didn't include the lips when I was doing the frequency separation, but in this one, I included the lips. Right, very good. So we'll check for other areas. Excuse me. Okay, so we are good. Now, I'm going to make a duplicate of my background, drag it all the way to the top. Then I'm going to go to filter, go to order, go to high pass, keeping it at 0.5, press OK, change the blend mode to linear light. Then I'm going to clip it onto this particular layer here. Then I'll put the both of them in a group. So look at what we just did. We just created another form of frequency separation, but not exactly the same thing. This is the before, this is the after. So this is the normal frequency separation we did. This is the one we just did. here. Sorry. So the idea is to combine these two together to get a very smooth image. That is the idea. So how do we combine them to get that result? Very simple. We tone down the layer of this one. So the moment we start bringing this one down, this one starts unveiling behind it. So first of all, keep it at be like 50. So both of them are just staying on top of each other, and look at that. Looking so beautiful, and we still have so much details. So let me put the both of them together in one group so that you can be able to see exactly the effect now. So this is the before, this is the after. So this allows you to achieve a very smooth skin on your image at the end of the day. Now we'll quickly move straight to our dodging and burning. So click on our dots and click on our burn. So if you like working with your check layer, you can as well click on check layer, and it's going to show you the exact direction on how to start. So I'm going to turn off my frequency separation, pick up my dodge, keep the brush at 2, and just quickly start painting. So you notice the area that the highlight is very strong, this area. So just paint over them first. Just a little touch in the center and we are good. So we need to illuminate this whole place up. We'll come to the forehead. This place is already very bright, so we may not need to paint a lot into that area. Make that very tiny marking into the nose line. I'm going to turn off the check and see exactly how that nose thing is working. Now I need to push this up a little bit here. Okay, so we'll turn on our check layer again. Just a touch, you don't need to do too much, so it doesn't become extremely obvious that you did the dodging and burning there. So straight to the lips, I'm going to turn this one very high and just burn this area. The same thing for the down part. Then I'm going to dodge this area. Okay. So move straight to the down part of the body, the neck and the hands and all of that. So still on my dodge, I'm going to make this place very for our check layer, and this is what we have. Okay, so we can group the dodge and burn into the same layer and see exactly the result, the before, the after, the before, the after. So I feel my burn is likely too much. So what I can do is this, I can create a curves adjustment layer because I really need that tiny line there. So I can create a curves adjustment layer, change the blend mode to luminosity, press Ctrl I, and just paint it into the face, into this whole area. Make this whole, lift the shadow there. So if we add a reflector, this is what the reflector would have filled up for us. Fill this whole area up. This is too much here. So I feel my burn is also too much there. Need to reduce it over here. Okay, so just brighten this whole area up as well, and we are good to go. So this is the curves we just introduced now. Just give us that lifting on the face. We can as well bring it down a little bit. Now the next thing we need to do is to quickly apply a few makeup retouching on the makeup. So I'll go all the way down to my all the way down to my makeup details, and I will go to my eyeshadow. So I need to retouch my eyeshadow. So I need to delete this check layer over here. So I'll just click on it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the brush to like 10. So I'll just pick a color that I want, which will be very close to what the lips have, and just paint it over my eyeshadow here, just like this. Do the same thing over here, just like this. And once that is done, I'm going to reduce the opacity. This is the result. So just gives us that little bit of extra coloring to the eye. They will come all the way down to whiten teeth who do not have a teeth to whiten. They will come to lips and cheeks, so that will just add a little bit of rosy color to my lips. So I wouldn't be adding blushes for her. Okay, yeah, this is beautiful. So that being done, I'll come to my lips dodge and bond. Very important. So for my dodge, I'll pick a very bright color and just paint over the area I want to dodge. I guess. Beautiful. Over here, same thing. A little bit here, a little bit here. The same thing for my bun. Pick this area, darken it down. You'll notice we'll have a very three-dimensional lips now. So that my dodge can as well come in a little bit here. With very beautiful lips. So the before, the after. So we can as well drop it down a bit so that we don't end up getting too much. So we'll come to the lip glow. After applying our dodge and bond, we'll just brighten it up. Give our lips that glossy glow. So you can decide to stop here. There is one more thing you can decide to do to the lips. You can decide to soften it out a little bit, just to give you a very smooth lips. Oh my, that was the wrong one. Need to bring everything back. So I'll delete this, merge everything up, and play it again, the lip glow. All right. So come to the lips, paint over it to soften it out. But of course, this is too much for me. I'm going to drop it down. And we are almost done. So I'm going to add some sharpening to the image. So I'm going to apply the sharpening on a few areas that I wanted. The eye, the nose, just few areas that are the catchment areas when you look at the image, the lips, then the eyebrow. Just gives you that very strong retouching details, and maybe the edge of the hair over here, the nose. Once you are done, reduce the opacity. You can as well just dab in a little bit on the cheek. Okay, so we are good to go. So the next thing I want to do quickly is to add some face contour. So this allows us to have very tiny brightness on the face. Look at that. Just gives us that extra contrast for our face. And once that is done, the last but not the least is to apply our done for you retouch action to just bring, oh sorry, before we get down to done for you, we skipped one particular step, applying our color lookup. So I'm going to go to my color lookup table. Remember I said you'll be getting this color lookup for free. So just go to the description of the video, you will see the color lookup link there. Download it and apply it on your own image. Yeah, beautiful. So this is the color we want the image to have, the before, the after. Then we'll go to our selective color and just add a little bit of warmness to it to, bring it closer to a red tone. Not entirely cool. And after we are done with that, we'll quickly apply our done for you retouch action. So I'll be keeping my done for you at 3 and I'll press OK. And that is it. This is it, the before, the after. So we'll just reduce the opacity. And we are good to go. So let me show you the overall before and after. I'm going to create a snapshot over here. And this was the image when we got started. This is what we'll have at the end of the day. This is the before. This is the after. This is the before. This is after. Look at the transformation. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you subscribe, turn on your notification bell to get notified every single time we drop a new video. Until then, see you on the next one.